It is not that there were no red flags when I was dating, but I just had, you know, developed a cold, or a resistant, or let me, I was just ignorant. I didn't know. And so when I got to know about so many things in life, when I got to know that you can stand up for yourself, that you can be able to say no without feeling guilty, um, at least I became open minded. My mind was opened to so many opportunities in life. I when I was getting out of my my home, my self-esteem was very low. It was very, very low. I believed that nothing good could come out of me. I believed that I was meant to suffer in life. And but when I was trained, I came to realize that I deserve better, and I deserve much more than what I was getting. And so I got a new revelation. So I worked there for some few years, I think 2 years, two, no, 2 or 3 years. And the contract ended. So I started working at, I went back to my business, going back to the Komba, getting some few things, selling, and so on and so forth. In 2011, yeah, in 2011, um, my sister opened a shop at Country Bus, and since she could not be in the shop, I was the one who was full time at the shop. And unfortunately, after 2 years or so, uh, the returns were not very good. So uh, she had to let it go. So in 2013, um, I was invited by a friend to go and minister in their church. I was the guest singer. God has blessed me with the gift of singing and worshiping. And as I was going, as I was in town, actually, almost getting to the vehicles to that place, I stepped on a melon, a watermelon, the top of the watermelon. Yeah, it's slidey. And I slid and I fell down. Once I fell down, I broke my leg on the right, my right leg. I broke, and I was taken to the hospital. I was treated, and I went back home. But now, due to immobility, I could not make to be going to Country Bus and back, and so I had to sell that shop. Okay. From there, I stayed in for about a year in the house. From there, I went to Quickmart. After that is in 2015, I was employed by Quickmart. Ruaka, yes, Quickmart Ruaka. I was working there for about I think a year or so. After that, From Quickmart, I went to, things became really rough. From Quickmart, things became really, really rough, because immediately after I lost my job at Quickmart, my house was closed. I was left homeless with my son. I just went to church one day. It was on fast. I remember it was on fast. I went to church, and when we came back with my son, we met that our house closed. And when we talked to the landlady, I know she can hear me. If she is watching, or people who knew me from that area, they know what I'm talking about. My place was closed, and I had to be housed by a friend, Lydia. God bless you so much. You're one person who I really love, and I pray that God remembers you and bless you so much. My house was closed. I was housed by a friend, Lydia, in her place, with everything that I had, and my son. We were housed there for 3 months. When I was there, I used to go to Ruaka church, in the Deliverance Church. And when I was there, we met with another servant of God called Oliver, Pastor Oliver, who now saw an advert. When I was being housed, he saw an advert on a newspaper that there is a certain farm that was employing. So he called me, he told me to try, and I went there. I did my interview, and by God's grace, I was among the people who were employed. I went to Champions, that was Champions Media House. Mr. Mushai, may God bless you so much. You have been there for me, you have stood with me, you have taught me so much, and I really thank God for you. God bless you. I went there and I started down there, and I worked so hard. One thing I have taught myself in life is to be faithful. I know most of the people whom we have worked with can attest to this. I trained myself to be faithful and to be diligent in what I am doing. Number one, to be faithful to God, because He's the one who has enabled you to be there. And by that, I want to pause and tell the young people, it is always good to be very diligent in what you're doing, irrespective of if your boss is watching over you or he's not, if somebody is watching you or not. You need to be diligent. You need to be accountable to God. Okay, you need to be accountable to God. So I worked there for, I believe, for 2 years. I believe for 2 years, if I'm not wrong. A year or two, yeah. And it is when I was there that something happened. Something happened that changed my life completely. Something terrible happened to me, and I will explain, because most people have been asking me, especially about the twitching of the eye. This eye, sometimes when I'm talking, you can see that it is twitching. Yeah. That it is twitching sometime. And the lower part, this side, this side, when I'm talking, it seems like sometimes I'm not even audible enough. Or when I speak, you can see like it's like I'm being pulled to one side. So I will explain that immediately after the break. Immediately after the break, I will explain that right about now. After the break, let's meet after the break.